Hey guys, Dr. Frank here. I just wanted to take a few moments on this Sunday and make a quick video for you. Me and Stacy were having a discussion the other day about how does CBD work? How does it bind to receptors in the body? She was approached by someone, or I can't remember the exact story, but they were claiming that their oil directly binds to the CB1 receptors in the body. So before we get into our discussion and what that means, I want to say this. This video is meant to help you guys be able to better explain how CBD oil works. The reality is, when it comes to CBD, a lot of people are making decently quality products out there today. And what's going to give you the edge over that individual is your ability to educate the consumer. And if you can bear with me on this, if this can make sense to you, you're going to be able to educate people far beyond, I would even argue, most physicians' knowledge of this product, or even other reps for other companies that would consider themselves highly educated on this topic. So I'm going to break this down really simply for you guys, so bear with me, and I hope you enjoy this. Okay, so let's start with some of the basics. In your body, your body naturally releases things called neurotransmitters. You can think of these as chemical messengers. So your body releases these all day long. They are what are responsible for causing reactions in our body. What do I mean by that? Let's say you become sick or you become injured. Your body's going to release neurotransmitters that will create inflammation, because initially, at the original site of illness or injury, inflammation is a good thing. Now, what happens though if your body just keeps releasing neurotransmitters that keep cranking up the inflammatory response? What if that inflammatory system in your body starts to get out of control? This is where the endocannabinoid system steps in, and most literature agrees on this now, that the job of the endocannabinoid system would be is to activate, turn on, and then decrease or turn off this inflammatory response, this inflammation response. So you become sick, your body releases neurotransmitters that create inflammation. The endocannabinoid system recognizes this, okay? And it says, I'm going to release my own chemicals now, known as endocannabinoids, that are going to stop these inflammatory neurotransmitters. So here's our endocannabinoid system. I think most people on here know of that or know the basics of it. It's a system that innervates everywhere in our body. It's found in our brain, it's found in our liver, it's found in our kidneys, it's found in our reproductive organs, it's found in our spinal cord, okay? It's everywhere throughout your body. Picture your nervous system, but now imagine your endocannabinoid system. And the job of this is to regulate other systems in the body when they get out of control. So we have our endocannabinoid system, and it makes endocannabinoids. So people are usually surprised when I tell them cannabinoids are nothing new to your body. Your body already makes its own cannabinoids, okay? These are known as endocannabinoids, endo meaning from within. So there's two specific types that your brain produces, 2-AG and ANA. These are cannabinoids that your body produces. Now, I want you guys to think of these cannabinoids as a set of keys, okay? You got a set of 2 keys. These are your endocannabinoids. Now, throughout your body, you also have receptors for these cannabinoids, okay? So think of a key. A key is useless unless it unlocks something, right? Unless it opens a door. So think of receptors in your body as the locks, okay? So you have CB1 and CB2 receptors, cannabinoid 1 and cannabinoid 2 receptors found everywhere in your body. It's generally accepted that CB1 receptors are found primarily in the brain, spinal cord, and central nervous system. Yes, they are located in other parts of the body, but for today's discussion, brain, spinal cord, and central nervous system. CB2 receptors are found primarily throughout your immune system and other organs, again, liver, kidneys, reproductive organs, in your bones, okay? So we have our endocannabinoid system. It becomes activated when other systems, such as our inflammatory response, is out of control, and our endocannabinoid system is going to release these two chemical messengers, or endocannabinoids, known as 2-AG and ANA. These are the keys that are going to bind to or unlock our CB1 and our CB2 receptors. Once that occurs, our endocannabinoid system is officially turned on and it quiets down that inflammatory response. So we have our endocannabinoid system. It releases these chemical messengers. They bind to these receptors, or these keys unlock these locks, and boom, the action occurs. Immediately after this all happens, an enzyme is going to come in and it's going to clean up any of the leftover cannabinoids, and we're going to go on about our day in a healthy manner, okay? Now, there's something to realize though. When our endocannabinoid system isn't functioning properly, that regulator, that master regulator, isn't there to keep things like inflammation in check. This is where CBD oil comes into play. So CBD oil, or not hemp seed oil, but CBD oil, marijuana oil, anything coming from the cannabis plant, is going to contain two primary phytocannabinoids. Phyto means coming from within a plant. Endo, within our body. Phyto, an external source from a plant. So if we look at CBD oil, in our case from the hemp plant, CBD and THC are the primary cannabinoids found within either the marijuana or the hemp seed plant. Now I'll mention marijuana really quickly, which contains THC, the primary cannabinoid in marijuana. THC binds directly to our CB1 and our CB2 receptors, just like our body's own endocannabinoids bind directly to those receptors. THC and our body's own endocannabinoids, all the keys look pretty much the same. They're a perfect fit, okay? Now this is actually the thing that makes THC both medically beneficial and dangerous. Because it binds directly to CB1 receptors in particular, you have an abundance of those on the brain stem, and this can lead to overdose potential. CB2 receptors, probably not going to overdose from that binding effect, but still relevant. Your body also doesn't have the same enzymes it has for endocannabinoids to come in and clean up the excess. So when someone consumes a lot of THC, the body can't break it down. That's why it creates such a high. That's why it has overdose potential. That's why you can consume too much. You're seeing this now in younger individuals with certain types of edibles and dab pens and things along those lines. That's how THC works. It works almost the same way as the things already in our body, except it creates an abundance of them, which can have both good and bad effects. When we look at CBD, it works very differently. CBD, it's generally accepted, does not actually bind to the CB1 or CB2 receptors. CBD works by blocking an enzyme in our body called FAAH. This enzyme, when found in excessive quantities in our bodies, it will break down 2-AG and ANA. So they studied this in people with post-traumatic stress syndrome. They study this in alcoholics, people with addiction. And what they find is these people have very high levels of FAAH. They have very low levels of endocannabinoids. What's that mean? This enzyme is going over here and it's chewing up all your cannabinoids, and your endocannabinoid system is broken. It can't turn on to regulate inflammation, so everything else goes out of whack. I believe this is one of the reasons why when you take someone who's an alcoholic or someone who has really bad PTSD, why so many systems are out of control. CBD works by not binding to the CB1 or CB2 receptors. It blocks this enzyme, which allows for a greater production of 2-AG and ANA, our body's endocannabinoids, which are then going to bind directly to the CB1 and CB2 receptor in a really safe manner. For this reason, CBD, unlike THC, does not have overdose potential because of how it works. Now, we're saying it does not have overdose potential based on the current studies. So if someone's coming to you and they're saying, hey, our product binds directly to CB1 receptors, well, maybe we could say that too if it's full spectrum and we discover that some of these other cannabinoids found in the cannabis plant bind directly. Or maybe their product contains THC. If that's the case, they're correct, it does. But it also comes with other risks because of that binding potential. So again, if you're approached by a competitor and they're saying this, I would ask them why. How does it bind directly to the CB1 receptor? What is it in your product that binds directly outside of THC? Now, I'm sure as time goes on, we're going to find that other cannabinoids do bind directly to the CB1 and CB2 receptors. But when that day comes, our product being full spectrum will contain those cannabinoids as well. So I hope that makes sense for you guys, kind of how the endocannabinoid system works. And this is why when we take CBD oil, we block this enzyme, increasing our body's endogenous, our own cannabinoids. That is how you restore endocannabinoid tone. I'm going to go into much more detail on this stuff over the next few weeks for everyone, but I just had to get this video out there. Keep it up. Enjoy your weekends. I hope this helps. Have a great day.